Servoy5 is the 5th generation of the Servoy platform. In this new release, over 200 new features and enhancements have been introduced. In this quick overview, we will have a look at some of the key new features. Although you could already use external clustering tools, they had some limitations. By building clustering into Servoy, it is more advanced, easier to configure and manage, and more cost-effective. Servoy Cluster allows you to cluster multiple servers together for both load balancing and failover. The servers do not have to be in the same location, which allows for geographic load balancing and failover. The cluster can be scaled up and down in real time. There is no need to restart your servers. Additionally, it is possible to run clusters both on-premise, in hosted environment, or in cloud computing environments. With Servoy's clustering setup, you can scale each layer in your deployment stack independently, both your database servers, your Servoy application servers, and your web servers. Another important feature introduced in Servoy5 is advanced drag and drop. In Servoy5, it is possible to drag and drop any object, whether it is data, fields, labels, images, or even rows of data. Servoy5 provides straightforward to use event handlers. With little additional programming, it now seamlessly supports drag and drop. Drag and drop works both in the Servoy Smart Client and in Web Client. Built on top of the drag and drop features in Servoy5 is the Runtime Form Editor. This function allows forms to be created and edited at runtime. Edited forms can be saved back as metadata in a database, allowing users to personalize their forms. The original design of forms is not altered, but on a user-by-user basis, changes can be stored. With this functionality, ISVs can allow their customers to create and modify their own forms. Servoy5 introduces support for JavaScript unit testing. This allows you to automate the testing of your JavaScript functions in Servoy. JS support and function parameters allow you to specify which arguments a function expects. When you call a function from code, it shows the arguments it expects. Additionally, it is possible to specify the data type that the function is expecting. The profile view makes it easy to identify where problematic scripts are located, as it measures the execution time and count during debugging sessions. Thanks to the SQL Explorer integration, it is now easier to run ad hoc SQL statements in Servoy Developer. Solutions can now be imported directly from file into Servoy Developer. The JS event object is a new object that every method that is triggered from a Servoy event receives. Keyboard shortcuts are now supported both in Web and in Smart Client. In Web Client, one has to keep in mind that certain keys are already reserved by the web browser itself. Linked relations make it seamless to display data that is stored multiple relations away. Data remains editable, sortable, and searchable. With Web Client anchoring, user interfaces in the browser can be dynamically resized based on available screen size. Multi-select support allows users to select multiple rows in grid controls. The inheritance and template support have been enhanced. It is now possible to create forms that are not tied to a table, which can contain base logic. New forms based on this form will automatically inherit those business rules. The maintenance mode of the application server reduces the need to restart the application server when major changes, for example, direct changes to the table structure, are performed. With it come pre- and post-import hooks that allow specified business rules to be executed before or after new versions of the applications are taken into production. Servoy now has built-in support for RESTful web services. With just a few lines of code, RESTful services can be offered to the outside world. Servoy5 continues to support all popular SQL databases, including Oracle, Microsoft SQL Server, Sybase, MySQL, DB2 Postgres, and more. The bundled database engine that can be used at no additional cost from Sybase has now been updated to SQL Anywhere version 11. You can find more information about Servoy5 at servoy.com/5. Download your free copy of Servoy at servoy.com/download.